And we are live from the virtual Auto Club Speedway. Hello everybody and welcome to the Auto Club 140 here in Fontana, California, as part of the Dark Horse Indy Series, but a one-off event with $40 on the line to the race winner. Joining me today in the broadcast booth is Luke Breitschopf, as qualifying is just about to get started. Luke, how are you doing today?
I am doing good. I'm ready for some more IndyCar racing today.
A couple of drivers getting ready to start their qualifying lap. Among those, Eric Schaus, Gary Corley, Charles Johnson. Johnson going to be the first to go out. Schaus and Corley still waiting. Muzzleman as well. They're all kind of at the end of pit road now. Combs going up. We'll keep you updated on Johnson, the first driver to begin to take his laps. So what are you expecting, Luke, here at this 2-mile, relatively high banked oval with a really worn out surface? It's going to be quite bumpy. Yeah, what are you expecting in this race?
The last time I was on, we covered the race at Michigan, same amount of laps, and pretty much the same track surface. Draft is going to be very important. Tires are going to wear quickly, and if they've got the same setup, fuel is going to run dry in a relatively short amount of time. So it's going to be a lot thicker than the draft.
It is a fixed setup race, and we're going to get some updates. I'm just going to give you some updates from our league owner, Charles Teed. So a fuel run is about 25 laps per run, and tires go away around lap 10 to 15. So that are the different windows that we are looking at for this race. Coming across the line now, Charles Johnson is going to set a 31.962. That'll put him at the top of the board provisionally. But next, Don Hunter, going to be the next one to set a lap. Coming through turns 3 and 4 now. It'll be Hunter who's coming across the line next. Muzzleman to the top of the board with a 31.848, followed by Johnson, Combs, then Hunter to go into 4th. Schaus into 5th. These drivers are going to get 2 laps, so we'll see if their second lap is an improvement. Charles Johnson going to cross the line with a 31.692. These drivers, they might need just about a lap to get their tires warmed up. Watch out for Muzzleman. Good exit off 4. Coming across the line now. It's going to be a 6.85, and that is going to put Muzzleman at the top of the board. Hunter goes third with a 31.776. Now Schaus up to third with a 31.723, Luke.
Musselman has the pole by less than a tenth of a second over Charles M. Johnson. A few drivers have yet to set a lap, their first lap. Bill Schwaber is coming over to set his second. It's going to be a 31.817 to put him 5th fastest.
So 8 drivers to set a lap now. Going up into 6th, that'll be Craig Forsyth, followed by Benjamin Combs and Max Davies. They will be your top 8. Now the on-track activity pretty quiet.
David Leclaire coming off to set his first lap, I believe.
Leclaire
He's running what looks to be a Daytona-style lap. That was his out lap. He's running a Daytona-style lap.
I just wanted to let you know that your connection is pretty awful right now, and you kind of sound like a robot. I don't even know if you can hear me, but your connection is pretty awful.
I will try to fix that.
Yeah. I'm sorry, it sounded like there was a robot on the broadcast. Coming across the line now, David Leclaire will set his first lap, but it's just going to be the high line. It'll only be a 32.318, trying to pick up speed. Now with the tires warmed up, we'll see what Leclaire can do. Right on that white line through 1 and 2, trying to take away that pole. Down the back straightaway. Going off the bottom just a little bit, going up into that second groove, trying to keep the momentum up towards turn 3, into the shadows. It's going to help out with the grip a little bit. It's keeping it right below that first seam. Nice exit off turn 4, and coming to the line, David Leclaire is going to set a 31.651. It'll put him first. Leclaire to the top of the board.
Joe Nitro has yet to set a lap, and it doesn't look like he is going to. So that's going to mean David Leclaire is going to be your pole sitter. Yeah. Am I any better or no? Okay, that worked. I didn't think it would.
No, it didn't really work, but it's okay. It just kind of sounds like your sentences are, like, coming out very, very slowly. Very, very slowly. Oh, wait, Gary Corley! Oh, we missed it! But Gary Corley just set a 31.629 and shocked us all by going to the top of the board. Gary Corley takes away the pole from Leclaire. In a last lap turn of events, a last minute turn of events, Gary Corley is now your pole sitter.
And I just realized that there's 5 more minutes of qualifying.
Yeah, there are 5 more minutes, but I think they're going to advance the session after a while.
Time. Jim Brooks just entered the race, so that is our 14th driver in the session.
All right, I have a plan.
We'll see if he's going to have any time to set a qualifying.
What we're going to do,
here we go.
is what you can do is just speak absurdly quickly, like really quickly, so when it slows down, it'll sound normal.
This is not going to work well.
Nah, I think it's going to work just fine. So Jim Brooks and Joe Nitro, the 2 drivers yet to set a lap, we'll see if they eventually go out on track, and we'll see what they can do. Remember, there are $40 on the line to the driver who wins this race, so qualifying is pretty important. You want to get some good track position, especially when there's not that many cars in the race. The chances of getting a big wreck are much lower than if there were more cars. That should be obvious, but I said it weirdly. All right. Yeah, I don't think any more drivers are going to go out there and set a lap, so I think Gary Corley is officially your pole sitter. We'll see if anyone else takes to the track.
Is this better or worse?
Well, it's better, yeah.
Okay, I switched devices. Hopefully this will work.
All right. I think that'll be good.
Okay.
So 3 minutes remaining in qualifying. Before we get into this race, how do you think the bumpy surface of this track is going to play into the tire wear?
I know from my very limited experience from Michigan, probably consisting of less than 30 laps run per race, your tires wear a lot. I know after about 15 laps, the car was completely different. It did not drive anything like it once did. Right off the run, it was pretty grippy. Very, very, very grippy. Easy to turn the car. But as the run went on, it became loose. It became both loose and tight.
Yeah.
It was, it wanted to snap around, but it also wanted to drive straight up to the fence. So it's going to be a challenge for sure, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, these cars are deceptively hard to drive. You end up with the situation, I mean, we saw it at Michigan from my experience in those cars at Michigan. You end up with the situation where it's deceptively easy, right? Because you're on the gas, you're just, 1 lane off the bottom, going around the whole track, just, flooring it. But then, once your tires start to wear, you end up with a situation where you're sliding, but not in a snappy way. You're almost getting into a 4-wheel slide as you exit the turns, to the point where it can be really unpredictable as to when your car is going to snap around on you. And that's never a good feeling to have. See our base pit crew there. I've never understood this, but I think iRacing just models a pit crew, like, in the leading pit stall, and it looks very funny. Alright, just over a minute remaining. Yeah, it's looking like Gary Corley is going to be on pole.
Joe Nitro nor Jim Brooks are on the surface right now, and it's pretty much impossible to get. It's going to be difficult to get 1 lap done. So
yeah,
in a lap, a minute, definitely.
Yeah, something tells me
impossible.
that no one's really going to be able to stop for.
No, it's not even going to be close. So I think it's safe to say that Gary Corley has locked, and there it is. The session has been advanced. Gary Corley is your pole sitter.
So Gary Corley will lead the field to green here for the Auto Club 140. See the pace car loading up in the pit lane. Everyone else going to load in behind it. I think we're in for a pretty good race. 70 laps, the fuel window of just about 25. Very similar to Michigan, but a lot more bumpy. And I think it looks a lot better. I like the blue walling of this track. That might be a little bit of home state bias, but we'll see. We'll see.
I will admit, I do like the look of this place better, especially under the lights. Looks like what we have become. So
I know I think
this is going to be cool. It's going to be a good race. I'm excited.
Yeah. When we first jumped into the session, we noticed that it was around either sunset or sunrise. I figured that it could have been sunrise. It is not. It is sunset. So we are going to go racing under the lights here at Auto Club. Or Fontana, if you prefer. Both names work. Field gridding up now. Just one spot left to fill. And I believe the other drivers have loaded in as well. So now it's just that one guy who's starting fourth row outside line. He's going to load up, and then we are going to get this race started. Never mind, he is not going to load up. We are simply getting this race started. That right there, your pole sitter, Gary Corley, in that gray, red, and black DW12. To his outside, David Leclaire. I will say it's just a little bit ironic that David Leclaire is driving a Red Bull car when Leclerc drives for Ferrari in Formula 1. But, hey, I won't ask questions.
I also noticed that driver starting right behind David, his first name is Charles, so ironic for sure.
Yeah, Charles Teed also in this race. One of the, I believe he is either the league owner, a partial league owner, or an admin. Either way, he has been one of the people facilitating this whole thing. So we got to say a huge thank you to him. So here we go. Getting ready for 70 laps under the lights here at Auto Club. $40 on the line to whoever is able to cross that finish line first after 70 very, very long laps. One of the last times IndyCar won here in 2015, Ryan Briscoe went for a flip in the infield. We'll see if something like that happens again today. Corley on pole. Everyone else waiting behind him, waiting for him to take off towards turn number 1. Get ready because we are in for a good one. The pace car is off, and from the pole, Gary Corley is going to stack up that inside line and take off from the lead. We are racing in Fontana.
Corley's off to a good start. David Leclaire is going to fall in right behind him, but no, he's going to try to jump to the outside. Maybe get a run off of 2 on that outside, try to go for the lead.
Yeah, Leclerc's trying that outside line. It's not going to work. Gary Corley leading away early on, but here comes Charles Johnson on that inside. First car on the inside line, able to give a little bit of push to Corley. See how they're running just a little bit off the bottom groove? I think that's going to help with their speed through the turns, and it's also going to help with their tire wear. Coming to lap 2 now. Gary Corley is looking to lead lap 1. He will. Everyone jostling around behind them. Back towards turn 1 again. It is Gary Corley in control. Leclaire moving up the track just a little bit, though, trying to get that slipstream, maybe trying to make a move down to the inside. He will. They are 3 abreast for the race lead. Never mind. Johnson ducks in behind. Towards turn 3 now. Leclaire going to have that inside line. We'll see if he can make good use of it. He can. To the race lead goes David Leclaire with Johnson following in behind.
Now Charles Johnson is going to try to go for the lead on the outside. Leclaire leads lap number 2.
And here comes
Johnson to the outside. He's not going to get him right here, but run off the corner might be the difference. To the bottom goes Johnson.
Here he goes for that race lead down to the inside on Leclaire. It's a 3-man fight at the moment with Muscle Man looking to bring his way into the picture. But for the lead, Charles Johnson is going to snatch it away from Leclaire and take it at Auto Club. Back into the slipstream goes Leclaire, coming lap 3 of 70. Into turn 1 now, Leclaire trying to move up the track just a little bit. That's one thing that we're seeing. I think that's a little bit different about Auto Club than Michigan, is that we're seeing just a little bit more multi-groove racing than we did when we were at Michigan. We're going to see Leclaire here taking a swing to that outside line. He's running that 3rd groove up, trying to get a nice run off the turn. I think it's mostly going to benefit him in 1 and 2. Big slipstream here on Johnson. We'll see if he goes to the inside. He's going to hop to the outside now. We'll see if he can get it in a 1 and 2. Side by side for the lead once again. I think Johnson's going to clear him here down the back, but Leclaire is going to have a run. He's going to try and duck into the slipstream of Johnson. Stays just outside of it, going to 3. They're alongside each other. Here comes Leclaire. But he pushed up the track just a little bit. That is going to hurt his exit and put Muscle Man up to his rear, I guess, wheelhouses. I don't really know what they're called.
To the outside goes Leclaire. At the completion of lap 5, he's going to get a good run down the backstretch if he can make this corner work.
Yeah, Leclaire's really
he does, and now he's going to pull
lead.
in behind. He's going to have the slipstream man run. He goes to the outside. They're going to be neck and neck into 3. Johnson has the lead for now, but the run off the corner could be Leclaire's, and he could take that.
Nah, it didn't help him. Watch for Muscleman now, trying to take advantage, go down the inside, and Leclaire gonna have the draft again, using the banking to his advantage. Coming down the track, using that momentum to get to the outside on Johnson. We'll see what happens through 1 and 2 here. Just can't get the momentum. I think he's got to pinch him down through the turns a little bit, but on these colder tires, I think that's gonna be risky. Yeah, Leclaire falling back just a little bit. It is Johnson in control of the race at the moment. He's got the slipstream again, though. Looking onto the apron. Fakes low and goes high. To the outside lane goes David Leclaire, trying to take away the lead in a 1. Running pretty far up the track, though. That's not going to help his exit. 3 abreast behind. Teed in the middle. Schaus on the outside. They're going to get it back down to 2 wide. Musselman falling back on the inside. Here comes Corley on the outside. Towards turn 3 now, Schaus on the outside of Teed as Leclaire tries to take away the lead from Johnson. Teed is going to cut off Schaus and take away that 3rd place position. Now Johnson leading away, but still on that white line, watching for Leclaire coming on the high side. On board with Leclaire.
Charles Teed and Eric Schaus are trying to make this 2-car battle a 4-car battle down the backstretch. Make their way to the outside, goes Schaus for 3rd, and to the lead goes Leclaire on the outside. He tried to get a run off at turn 4. Not sure if he's going to be able to do it.
Yeah, but he's going to be able to use that banking to his advantage. He's going to be able to swing down the track, get back in the slipstream, and hop to the outside again. 3-car battle for 3rd with Corley in the mix as well. Corley has really fallen back since the start of this race. Oh, and here comes Leclaire again, really using that banking to his advantage, trying to get a nice run down the banking. Use it as almost a slope to propel his car up to the wheelhouse of Johnson and hop to the outside. Here they go into 3 again. Trying to take the lead away. Not going to be able to get it done, though. Johnson holds on for the lead. Side by side down the front straightaway, hopping to the outside once again. See the field now rocketing through turns 1 and 2 and exiting really low down that back straightaway. Leclaire in the slipstream once again. We're getting to that point where the tires might begin to fall off. To the outside goes Leclaire on Johnson. I think as these tires wear off, that outside line is going to be more and more beneficial. Side by side for the lead once more. Still Leclaire trying to take it on the high side.
Charles Johnson is doing everything right now, but later on in the race, you're going to start to wonder, is he running the race correct? Using the bottom, which is going to eat up his tires more, and he's also not back in flips, which means he's using up way more fuel than everyone else is behind him. So maybe a strategic move for Johnson to fall back in the pack a little bit so he can save some of the stuff. I mean, so far it's working out well for him.
Yeah, I think Leclaire might have gotten loose off turn 4 there. You saw him kind of sliding from the inside, from the outside to the inside. That's put Eric Schaus up in the picture, trying to take that really high line, really trying to make it work for him. Oh, spinner back straight away. It's David Leclaire. Never mind. No. It was Charles Johnson. He's falling down the order, and he stopped on the inside. Trouble early on. Your race leader is now out of contention. It's promoted Leclaire to the lead. He's now sideways and through the grass. Schaus to the lead. So we're going to try and figure out what happened, but first we're going to make sure that doesn't happen again off 2. Watch for the leader here. Alright, he's going to be safe, so we'll take a look at what happened to Leclaire. He's got a cone stuck on his front wing. Here's a replay of it. Watch for Johnson. And I think he might have just been too low on the track, because you're going to see coming off turn number 2. He just lost it.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Oh, and the caution is out. There might be another wreck. Schaus is all right. Everyone else is too, but it's David Leclaire falling down the order. He's slow on the inside. Caution is out again. So this was what happened to David Leclaire. What pushed him onto the inside line. You're going to see it this lap right now. You're watching the lap previous where he was following Johnson. And I think what might have happened is Leclaire might have just gone too low on the track. That's what I was talking about. These Indy cars, you know, they don't slide predictably. You don't really know when they're going to snap on you. So I think you're going to see it right here.
I don't know about on your end of the screen, but on mine, we had some interesting cone physics, say the least.
Oh, did the cone snap around? So we saw
the cone like bounced off of the car.
Oh.
A magnet kind of pulled back to it. I don't know what happened.
Bizarre. That might have been like the banking pushing it down, or that might just be weird iRacing.
I think that's just cone physics.
But yeah, right now, if we go on board with Leclaire, you're just gonna see he has a cone. It's not leaving him. I don't even know why the caution was called. I think Leclaire might have slowed down again, trying to get to the pit lane. Nope, he just ducked out of it. I don't know why the caution was called. Did somebody wreck? Was there a crash? Nope. Okay. So there's.
I think it was just to fight against. Probably get Leclaire, and might have just been a caution for the late caution for John. But
yeah, that might be it. Everyone coming out now. Eric Schaus going to win the race off of pit road. AJ Musselman in second. Teed up into third. And Corley goes up into fourth. Combs up into fifth. But it'll be Eric Schaus escaping with the lead. We're going to really quickly cut away to take this moment to thank our race's sponsor, Butt Kicker. They provide... what they do is actually really cool. So it's like a speaker system that provides force feedback like on your chair. That's like the best way I can describe it. We're going to cut to an ad break for just a moment, and then we will be right back.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
So that was the sponsor of this race, Butt Kicker. You can find out more about them in the description as well as a link to their website. As we are continuing on the action here at the Auto Club Speedway. You see one driver taking a wave around that was Charles Johnson. I think what might have happened is those two were racing really close together and they might have just burnt up their tires, fighting too much for the lead. That's what ended up spinning them around. So Johnson taking the wave around, everyone else lining up for the restart. Lights are out on the pace car, so we will be going back green this time by. You see Schaus taking to the high line. As per traditional IndyCar restarts, these guys, they line up against the wall and take off from there.
When Charles T said these tires fell off around lap 10 to 50, I think he meant they fell off. It was not a grad drop. They probably fell off like bad.
They might have literally just kind of like deflated, fallen off, gone away, bounced outside the track, gone through the catch fence. It wasn't pretty. So looking right now at your leader, Eric Schaus. He is going to be leading the field back to green. Coming to the restart, Musselman in second, Teed in third. Corley fourth, Benjamin Combs fifth, Hunter sixth, Jim Brooks seventh, Leclaire eighth, Davies ninth, Craig Forsyth rounding out your top 10. Here we go for the restart. Looking at your leader, Eric Schaus. Everyone pitted around lap 15. Here we go. Schaus is going to lead the field to green. Pace car is off. Now he can go whenever he pleases. He's going to wait just a little bit. And here we go. Green flag is back out. We are back underway here at Fontana. Towards turn one now, you see Schaus building a little bit of a gap over Musselman. Everyone getting up to speed, getting their tires up to temperature. Rocketing through turns 1 and 2. It is Schaus leading away over Musselman down the back straightaway. Muzzleman at the slipstream, though. He's going to make a move for the lead. Here we go. 3 wide behind him, but for the lead, it is AJ Muzzleman taking it away from Schaus, coming lap 19 of 70.
Bit of a two-car breakaway here is third and fourth are Heed and Corley, and then it's a big pack behind them.
Yeah.
Leclaire is back up to 6th place, actually 7th looks like, so good recovery by him. But anyway, we got a battle for the lead. Schaus is looking on the outside, the very outside of...
We saw the one downside to fighting for the lead, though, is, and we saw it in the run previous. What'll happen is that you burn up your tires taking all these different lines. You're not really saving at all. You're just trying to get the lead, and you end up spinning out a few laps later. So, on one hand, you want to get the lead. You want to have that track position. On the other hand, you don't want to burn up your tires, and unfortunately, I think that might be what your leaders are doing here.
You got to be thinking big picture here. You know, you can fight for a few laps, but after a little bit, it's almost smart to just go ahead and put yourself in a position to where you got the best chance on pit road to make up time. And
yeah, you see Corley and Teed falling back just a little bit in the battle for third. They're being smart. They're conserving their tires, these top two. I mean, they're putting on a show for us, but they are definitely not doing much in the way of saving those tires for the longer run. Schaus might be doing better than Muzzleman, though, because Schaus is going to have a lot shallower turning angle through the turns. He's not really, changing it. Well, just as I say that, he changes this line drastically through the turns. But what he's doing is he's kind of going a little bit higher than Muzzleman, and I think that's what's helping him out.
Musselman leaves the bottom open. Schaus is going to take it.
You know, Muzzleman
Schaus is going to head to the lead.
Yeah, Muzzleman might have been listening into the broadcast because he ran just a little bit higher that lap. I think he might be trying to save up those tires for the end. Schaus on the high line. Now he is the control car over Muzzleman. Down the back and heading for 3.
I've seen Schaus in a lot of this race. He's not really been by the bottom. He might do what he did there and kind of arc it, but I don't really see Schaus just running the bottom all the way around. I see him mainly on the high side.
And I think it's definitely going to help him. He just has to commit to it. I mean, you're seeing right here, he's kind of running down low, maybe trying to take away Muzzleman's line, throw a little bit of dirty air his way. But, I mean, now they're fighting for it too much. You know, all that swerving around the back as you see Charles Teed going down the inside on Corley for position 3. Give that spot to Teed. He is going to take away that last spot on the podium. Down the front straightaway again. Here comes Muzzleman up to the bumper of Schaus. Not going to make a move, though. This just riding in behind. Watch that steering wheel on the 3 of Eric Schaus. You're going to see it is really, really smooth. And that is what's going to help him save his tires. Take a look at this. Just nice and smooth through the turns. Not a lot of wiggling around. Just one consistent motion. That's what's going to help him out.
Not turning a lot. And when he is... very slight, like you said, very, very smooth.
Oh,
you don't want to...
Muzzleman's going for the lead again. Down the inside, all the way onto the bottom of the track, but AJ Muzzleman is back to the lead at Fontana.
You can see a little bit more movement from Musselman's wheel. It's not much, but it is a bit more. Just a little bit of left and right working, while Trout or... more just kind of, it's just silky smooth, and I don't really know how to describe it. There's not a lot of counters, I guess is the word.
Yeah,
but both are smooth, both fast, both are looking.
Yeah, Muzzleman's definitely pushing a lot more earlier on in the run, just trying to get that advantage. But we are getting to that point where these tires might start to fall off. See Schaus really just running that high line as Charles Teed is going to sneak up his inside and take away second. So Charles Teed, who might have been saving his tires just a little bit more than these guys, is up to second and trying to chase down Muzzleman for the lead. He's running that second groove. It's helping him out with those tires. Really nice and wide off the turns. That's going to help him out as well. He's going to have a run down the back. Teed goes to the inside. He's going to take it away here. Charles Teed in that number 27 Valvoline TW12 to the top. Charles Teed takes away the lead and nearly cuts off Musselman. Schaus had to hop to the outside there, 3 wide for the lead. That might have left Musselman with just a little bit of damage. Musselman had to jam on the brakes as Teed took away the lead on the outside, and he just put Schaus in the wall. Teed in the wall as well. They're spinning on the back straightaway. Caution is out. Musselman and Schaus take each other out from the lead. And sorry, Teed and Schaus take each other out from the lead, and Musselman is back up to the race lead. Schaus and Teed around in 1 and 2, bringing out the second caution of the night. And that changes everything. Oh, one more car around. Bill Schwaber.
Yeah, Bill Schwaber kind of, I hate to say the word, but he kind of arc brake right into that wreck. Barrel rolled a few times down the backstretch, but it's all for fun. It's all can you blame? This is not a points race once again. Just to clarify to anyone, this is all for the money.
All right, so we'll take a look at what happened. It was kind of it happened in a lot of different stages. I think a helicopter cam is going to help us out quite a bit here. We'll switch to a blimp cam. You see Teed goes to the inside on Musselman. He's going to slide up, basically a slide job, to take away the lead. Musselman has to jam on the brakes and sends Schaus to the outside. Schaus has a run, and you're going to see what happens through 1 and 2. Teed is holding that third line, but what's going to happen is he's just going to get a little bit tight. No, actually, Schaus came down. So Schaus came down just a little bit, sent himself up into the wall. Teed went up as well. And then the field just scrambles to avoid it. Oh, and that is what I believe collected Schwaber. No, that was not what collected Schwaber. That was a different driver. And Schwaber, he just kind of got caught up in it, got clipped, and went around. I'm trying to figure out the other driver that got involved in it. It was Schwaber, Schaus, Teed, and I don't know who that fourth driver was, but I know there was a fourth driver. So we'll go ahead and go.
It was Jim Brooks.
So we'll go on board with Musselman. We'll also take a look at Jim Brooks, like you just said. Yeah, he had to check up. It basically just sent Schaus to the outside. And you're going to see through 1 and 2. Schaus is just going to come down on the track too much. I have to kind of put that one on Schaus. He came down too much. He should have I think he should have given Teed just a little bit more room there. Oh, and he got hooked again by, I believe you said it was, who did you say it was?
Jim Brooks in the 7.
Oh, yeah, the
blue and orange. I guess the 76. That's what the sponsor is.
So watch for Brooks. Yeah, he just plows right into Schaus. Everyone's just kind of scrambling down the back straightaway. And then Schwaber just gets collected and goes barrel rolling down the back. And nearly, you're going to see, he should have held the brakes here because he nearly just took out Jeffrey Duncan. They were able to make it through unscathed. I believe everyone has come out of the pits, and Musselman has gone out of the pits as your race leader. Remember, a fuel run is about 30 laps here. So Musselman is going to be your leader when they eventually come back to green. But a pretty exciting race so far. A lot of battling for the lead and a lot of drama. We are just about inching up on that halfway point. Let's start on the pace car.
This time by, it's 40 laps to go. Sorry for cutting you off. And we are going to be going green this time by.
Once the field comes off turn 4, that pace car is going to make a sharp turn into the pit lane and leave the field in the hands of AJ Musselman, who's going to take off and attempt to defend his lead. But I think what we're seeing is that the slipstream is really important, especially on restarts. I think what we're seeing a lot is that the leader oftentimes is not leading by the time we get back around to turn 3. So AJ Musselman going to be leading the field to green when we come around turn 4 this time by. I think a lot of drivers elect to take their fast repair. And I'm guessing Teed was among them. You see him back in the pack in that. From the front end, it almost looked like the classic Williams Martini cars from 2017 and previous, but I believe it's a Valvoline car. Yeah, that's a Valvoline car. Just kind of looks different from the front end. So the field in the hands of AJ Musselman, looking back to Gary Corley. He is going to take off from the lead any moment now. Pace car is right about now going to be making that turn into the pit lane. Here we go for the final 39 laps here at Fontana. Coming into the tri-oval, green flag is back out. We are back underway here in California. Musselman going to lead the field down towards turn number 1. Got a big gap, though. That's not going to help him out. It's going to give Corley a big run because he's still going to be in slipstream range, I believe. Off turn 2 now, on board with Corley. That little dot in the distance, that is AJ Musselman. Gaining big time down the back towards turn 3 now. Corley is really going to be pushing for the lead here. Very smooth on the wheel. Slowly inching up on the back bumper of Musselman. He was able to lead the first lap after the restart. We don't see that very often. But at this point, oh, never mind. Here comes Forsyth. Big move on the inside of Corley, and Forsyth is going to take away second. Corley slides up the track, gets into Jim Brooks, and now here comes Forsyth for the lead. Down the back.
He's going to have a huge run. He's going to duck to the inside, and he's going to pretty much easily take over the lead.
Sorry, no contest. Not context. No contest. Forsyth is going to take away the race lead and break the draft down the front straightaway. Now it is between Corley and Musselman for second.
4-car battle for the lead. Into second goes Corley. And Jim Brooks is going to follow behind it. In about a lap time, Musselman fell from the lead to 4th. And now to the lead goes Corley.
Yeah, Corley with Brooks on that inside is going to take away the lead, but now Brooks goes to the inside on Corley. Lots of shuffling around here for the lead, coming up on halfway next time by. We're on the halfway lap right now.
And Jim Brooks is going to take over the lead now.
Yeah, out of the race lead goes Brooks. Watch for Corley, going to get the slipstream down the back. He's leaving the inside open. Corley's going to ride in behind, though, maybe trying to save some fuel. Jim Brooks to the race lead. Gary Corley riding in second. Forsyth up to third. Musselman to fourth. That right there is your lead pack.
To the outside goes Corley.
Corley trying to make that move for the lead once again on Brooks. Brooks holding strong on the inside. Brooks going to keep the lead. Halfway down, halfway to go here in California. Remember, $40 are on the line to win this race. Corley to the middle, trying to get the lead from Brooks. Down the front straightaway again. Forsyth looking to hop out of line from third. We'll go ahead and go on board with him. He's got a really good view of this battle for the lead. You're noticing how his wheel inputs are really not very smooth. Down the back straightaway now, Forsyth going to take away that second spot from Corley. He'll try and complete the pass in 3 and 4. I believe he's going to do it. He is now clear of Corley, and up into second goes Forsyth.
Now, Musselman is going to get past Corley for third. Jim Brooks still holding on to the lead.
Yeah, but
right
Forsyth's going to have a run here.
Forsyth.
Watch this run down the back. We'll see if Brooks tries to defend the lead. Towards turn 3 and 4 now. Here comes Forsyth making a move to the outside. Not going to make that move work. Just going to have to stay in the slipstream, try and wind up another move.
Oh, he's going to have a huge run down the front stretch.
Look at this, look at this. He's just lagging back, though. I think he's trying to save some fuel, save some tires. It's pretty smart on his part.
This is what we were talking about. Big picture. They know that they've got at least one more pit stop coming up. Trends say otherwise. They're probably going to have 2 due to spins and crashes from worn tires. So this is without a doubt not the race for the win. Anything and everything can go wrong between here and the check block. Although
here he goes. To the outside goes Forsyth on Brooks. Down the front straightaway and headed for 1. Forsyth's trying to take it away. He's going to back out of it, though. He's going to stay in second. Looking back from Forsyth now, we see Musselman coming up with a run. Forsyth trying to make a move to the outside. Back down the front straightaway, Jim Brooks leading away. Forsyth's just, he's really kind of just hanging behind.
30 laps to go.
30 to go now, these laps just clicking away. If we go green, there is going to be a cycle of green flag pit stops. Back to the outside goes Forsyth, trying to take away the lead from Brooks towards turn 3 now. We'll see if he commits to the move. I think if he does, he could take it. He's kind of playing with his, he's just kind of playing with his food. You know, just kind of like creeping up to the bumper, faking a move, and then he's not going to go for it. Just kind of try and psych him out. Not a bad move.
Fellow NASCAR YouTuber Slapshoes, may have heard of him, described Darrell Waltrip in this way. You know, he would kind of just get up there and then just ride behind the guy. Kind of just to say, I can do anything I want, and I might do a move so stupid just to prove I can. And that kind of seems what Forsyth is right now. He knows that he's faster than Brooks, and he knows that, you know, sooner or later he can easily just pass Brooks, but he's just kind of riding around right now.
Yeah. Trying to save his tires as well. We saw how disastrous it can be to try and push an IndyCar on worn tires. It ended up with the 2 leaders taking themselves out. And right now they're running 5th and 7th. So that right there is why you do not want to burn up your tires as a battle behind. Benjamin Combs going to the outside on Johnson with Leclaire waiting in the wings. I think if Leclaire could find a way to win this race, that would be very impressive. Back up to this lead pack, everyone just kind of drafting in a line, no one getting out of line. It's going to be pretty messy, though, if we try and get some green flag pit stops in, because everyone's just going to be scrambling around trying to get into the pit. Oh, but the caution's out. Yellow flag waving, and it's for Don Hunter, flipping down the front straightaway. That right there is what brought out the caution. Hunter on his roof. Well, not really roof, whatever you call that peak thing on the back of the car. But the caution is out. Don Hunter the cause of it. And we are going to see some pit stops.
It was a self-spin by Hunter.
Oh.
Just got on the apron. It was half of his car was on the apron, half his car was on the banking. You know,
oh my
from
goodness.
race experience, that should be it. That should be an instant no-no.
Oh my god. That is a hard hit by Don Hunter. Man, that looks like it would hurt.
We'll have to check in the guy lost it.
Yeah, but I think I know what might have happened there. I mean, it's very common. I think Don, he just, you know, actually no, because he didn't get loose on old tires. I think what happened is that he just kind of upset the balance of his car, and as you know, these Indy cars are very, very balanced.
Yeah. Half the car was on the flat apron, half of it was on the banking of the front stretch. If you ride there for too long, then what happened to Don Hunter happened? It's just it's very difficult to control it like that, and unfortunately, it sent him wildly flipping down the front stretch all the way down to turn number 1.
So here we go for pit stops. Jim Brooks going to lead the field in. We'll monitor the race off pit road. I mean, we've seen races in the past be decided on pit road. So this is going to be a very crucial stop. One might say the money stop.
And this right here, technically speaking, it's going to be close to whether or not they can make it to the finish. Now, if we have a caution, that's not going to matter because they can go ahead and come in. But if there's no caution from here on out, this could be very close to whether or not they make it on fuel.
Brooks leads the field off pit road. Forsyth able to remain in second. Kind of amazing how fast these IndyCar stops are. 3 wide off the pit road behind. Musselman lost out in that. He lost out big time. He is back to 8th. But it's going to be Forsyth in second. He is going to have a great opportunity to try and take away the lead from Jim Brooks here. But before we go back green, we're going to take one more look at what happened to Don Hunter. So you'll see it right here. Coming through turns 3 and 4, fighting with, I believe, I don't know who that is. But you're going to see it down the front straightaway here. Hunter is just going to get on that apron. It's going to get him loose. You're going to see him sliding through the grass, slams into that inside wall, goes barrel rolling up the track, into the wall, and flipping down the front straightaway. A hard hit by Don Hunter is what brought out this caution. Don't go anywhere because IndyCar on TMG is going to be right back after this ad break.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Alright, we are back live here on TMG with coverage of the Auto Club 140. Lights are out on the pace car, so we will be going back green, this time by Jim Brooks. Going to be leading the field to green with Forsyth in second. We know that Forsyth, he has the opportunity to make a move. We'll see if he decides to follow through with it, or if he just thinks that it might not be the right time to make a move, you know? You gotta time your move well, otherwise it's just not going to end well for you. See the field of these 14 Indy cars rolling through turns 3 and 4 as we get ready to go back green here in the Auto Club 140. $40 on the line, so you got a reason to win. Now, you just got to have the means of doing it. Jim Brooks going to lead the field back to green, taking a look at those mountains in the background. Pretty beautiful track here at Auto Club. So it's going to be sad that they're kind of renovating it for next year, because I will miss this giant 2-mile oval. But, I mean, it's a short track. You got to love short tracks. Here we go. Green flag is back out. Jim Brooks going to lead the field back to green. We'll see what Forsyth can do. Rolling down the front straightaway. Look at that camera angle. Forsyth lagging back just a bit. We'll see if he can get a run through turns 1 and 2. He's got Davies to worry about on his wheelhouse. Down the back straightaway, Davies going to make a move to the inside. This is not what Forsyth wanted to see. Better hope that Davies just gets in front of him fast, because these drivers need to get organized if they want to have a chance at Brooks. Davies into second. If I was Forsyth, I would just kind of ride behind him now. Give him a little bit of an arrow push. Try and get him up to Brooks and then start fighting for the lead. Coming up on 20 laps to go.
Davies has the run. They're going to catch Brooks without a doubt. And shout out to Max Davies. First time we've really mentioned him all day. And it's when he's about to start challenging for the lead.
Oh, big scrambling around behind Corley, the leading of that pack. But here comes Johnson to the inside. Corley on the outside, Leclaire on the outside as well. 3 wide for a moment, filing back down to 2 wide. Leclaire back in behind Corley, trying to make a crossover. Corley cuts him off. Alright, real quick. Luke, I'm going to leave you in control of the broadcast. I'm going to get a quick water break. I will be right back.
Down the backstretch goes Forsyth, and he's going to look for the lead. Davies might go 3 wide, but he's going to stay behind. And he might follow right behind Brooke. It's going to be a 3-way battle for the lead off of turn 4 to the line. Brooks is going to lead the lap. But Forsyth, right here comes Max Davies with the huge run. He's going to let off. 3 wide for 4th. They're not going to do anything.
All right, I am
Brooks
back.
still holds the lead, but Forsyth looking to the inside, and he's going to take the lead. Davies still looms back in 3rd.
Craig Forsyth, for the first time today, is going to take away that race lead over Jim Brooks. Side by side to the line, it'll be Forsyth leading with 20 laps to go. Still side by side behind between Johnson, Leclaire, and Corley. Pretty good battle going on here. We'll see if they can maybe try and save their tires a little bit more than the leaders, but with the way they're fighting, I doubt it. Davies waiting in the wings as well as Brooks gets the move on the outside. Seeing a lot of slingshot passing going on here. It's leading to some very good racing. What you really got to do is just kind of get in that slipstream, hop to the outside, and hope you complete the pass by the end of the straightaway. Side by side going into one. Brooks trying to lag back to Forsyth just a little bit. The lap's winding down here in Fontana. He's just too close to make a slingshot. Davies waiting in third, maybe looking at a pass for the lead eventually, but he's gonna that'll come later. I think he's just waiting for maybe the leaders to take each other out. He's waiting for something. It's pretty smart. On board now with Max Davies, watching Brooks and Forsyth fight it out for the lead. The sun has fully set here at Fontana. The lights are on. The sky is dark. The stage is being set for a very exciting final 15 laps. Back to the inside goes Brooks on Forsyth. Towards turn 3 now. Brooks sending it into the bottom. Forsyth up top, side by side. Brooks on the inside is going to take away the lead on Forsyth. 16 to go at the line.
Looking on board from Max Davies, he's definitely working the wheel a lot. And on the exit, he is using quite a bit of counter steers. He's going to get freight train.
Yeah, Davies is actually falling back. Now Johnson and Leclaire are going to get around him.
Johnson and Leclaire are going to look to maybe try to battle for this lead.
Yeah, they're definitely going to have the draft to do it. They're just going to have to make the move.
Davies is falling like a rock.
Yeah, Davies, I don't know what happened. He might have burnt up his tires a little bit. He might just be trying to lag out to the back, honestly. He might be anticipating a big wreck here.
But yeah, in one lap, Davies fell from 3rd to 8th.
That is not a good sign. Battle for the lead still going on between Brooks and Forsyth. Forsyth getting in that slipstream, hopping up high, trying to get a run, going into turn 3. Johnson
Who's going to have the run is going to be Charles Johnson. Although he's going to wash the track, it's going to kill a little bit of his momentum, but he's still going to have a decent-sized run. To the outside goes Forsyth. Johnson's going to have nowhere to go, so he's going to have to back off a tiny bit to watch for Johnson.
He's going to find some room here. He's being very smooth on the wheel. He got taken out earlier, he took himself out earlier in this race. He's looking for redemption now, but here comes Leclaire. Leclaire on the outside as Johnson gets up to 2nd. Now Johnson will have free reign to chase after the lead as Leclaire is going to get around Forsyth, those two swarming the leaders. Forsyth to the outside, back on a run towards turn 1.
And Leclaire is going to have a huge run down the backstretch.
Here comes Forsyth to the inside. Back to the lead he goes. Now Leclaire to the outside on Johnson. Leclaire tries to get 3rd from Johnson as Brooks tries to take the lead from Forsyth. Up the track goes Leclaire and Johnson.
I don't know how they didn't touch each other. They were mere inches away from hitting each other. And for the lead goes Forsyth.
Yeah, that right there, that could have been an airplane crash if we weren't careful. Down the back, Brooks riding behind Forsyth on the outside, trying to make a move towards turn 3. This is going to be very much down to the wire. Leclaire and Johnson fighting for 3rd. Leclaire slides in behind Johnson as Johnson cuts off Leclaire. And for the lead, here comes Brooks on the outside. 12 to go, now 11. Brooks with a run to the outside on Forsyth. We might be green until the end. They're good on fuel. Oh, this is going to be very close through 3 and 4. Brooks all the way on that outside on Forsyth. Forsyth pushing him up the track. Nearly a little bit of contact. These two right here, they've been the best drivers throughout this latter half of the race, but now it's Johnson and Leclaire, the underdogs, trying to upset the leaders as Brooks and Forsyth make contact. Forsyth goes spinning down the back. Trouble. Forsyth spins to the inside wall. No caution. We stay green, but it's Johnson taking the lead with Leclaire to 2nd, Brooks back to 3rd. So we'll take a look at a replay. Forsyth, I think he might have spun himself out. Oh, but he was able to save it. Oh, what a save.
I want to say, looking at it, I believe there might have been some net code between Brooks and Forsyth. It was very close to whether or not they made contact or not, but
Oh, yeah, there was a little bit of netcode right there. But take a look at this save by Forsythe as the caution is now out. Oh, my God, that was beautiful. One more look. I gotta look at it again. There could be like a massive crash for the lead. I gotta look at this save again because that was one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. Look at this. Through turns 1 and 2, right? There's gonna be a little bit of contact between Forsythe and Brooks. And Craig Forsythe is gonna keep it off the inside wall, does a full 360 and keeps it going. That is incredible. But the caution is now out again. We'll see if anyone decides to pit. They all do pit, but Gary Corley stays out. So it's a split decision as to whether or not to pit. In the end, most drivers do come into the pits except for Corley and... who is that? Who is that?
Bill Schwaber.
Corley, Schwaber, and there's one more driver, and Hunter. But, oh, actually, so Schwaber and Hunter are a lap down. Corley is on the lead lap and decided not to pit now. We will monitor the race off of the pit lane. Jim Brooks leading. Johnson trying to beat him. Brooks has to take avoiding action. But in the end, it's Leclaire who wins the race off pit road. That number 1 pit stall really helping him out. Sorry, number 2 pit stall really helping him out. David Leclaire going to be the leader of these fresh tire cars. But Gary Corley is going to be the leader overall on old tires. We'll see how that strategy works out for him.
When we go green, there's going to be probably close 6 laps to go. So that's a lot of laps on tires for Corley. It could work out, but I don't know if that was the right move or not.
Yeah. The last time Corley pitted was lap 45. Everyone else's tires are going to be over 10 laps fresher. It's bordering on 20. This is going to be a very bold strategy. We will see if it works out to him. But before we can check that all out really quickly, we're going to step away for just a moment so we can get another word in from our sponsor. They have been big supporters of the Dark Horse Indy Series, and this broadcast might not be possible without them. So we're going to step away for just a moment for the final time, and then we will be bringing you coverage until the finish. Don't go anywhere because IndyCar on TMG will resume right after this.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
And we are back live here on TMG. Lights are out on the pace car. We will be going back green this time by. It's going to be a 6-lap dash to the finish given that we go green that entire time. The field will be in the hands of Gary Corley. He is on older tires by quite a big margin. It's nearly 20 laps. Everyone else is going to be on fresh tires, so we'll see how that strategy for Corley works out for him. Corley is really going to have to nail this restart if he wants to have a chance at the win. All right, Luke, what are you thinking for this final 6-lap dash?
Oh, man. I don't think Corley holds the lead, and in fact, I think it's going to be the redemption story of the day, and I believe your winner is going to be Charles Johnson. After wrecking himself out of the lead earlier on, I believe Johnson's going to get it, and here they come. Corley's on the gas. Green flag is back out.
Very early restart by Corley. It's going to help him build a gap, but that might not be a good thing. Dash down towards turn 1, led by Corley. The rest of the field follows suit. Gary Corley leading him down towards 1. He's got a huge gap over second place. I mean, it's what he needs to do. What do you think about it? Gary Corley, if he didn't get a restart like that, he is not going to have a chance of the lead. He's not going to have a chance of a win. He's got to hope that they do something stupid behind, because I really don't think that he's going to be able to hold on. But there is a big pack forming with Jim Brooks on that inside, fighting off Johnson. Here comes Teed, trying to make it 3 wide on the bottom, thinks better of it. So the gap right now between the leaders, 1.183. We'll see how that changes throughout this lap. Teed going up the inside on Johnson. The dude Charles is battling it out as Brooks slides up the track on Johnson. Down the back, the gap is coming down. Once they get into slipstream range, it's going to be all over for Corley.
You have to remember, though, Corley is fast. He sat on the pole for this race, so he's no slouch. It's just, I don't believe those tires are going to be hold off. Here comes Charles Johnson, 4th second on Leclaire.
Oh, here comes
Teed
as well. 3 wide for second. Teed's going to have the run off the turn. Leclaire is going to have the advantage through the middle. The gap at the front is coming down quickly, but not quickly enough. If he keeps coming down at the same rate, Corley's going to have the win. I just don't think it's going to happen. 3 wide. Teed trying to make that move work, and there's trouble. They keep it straight. Charles Teed nearly wrecked with Max Davies, but they keep it clean and green. 3 laps to go. The gap at the front, 7.5 tenths. It's not coming down quickly. Now it's down to 6 tenths. Now they're in slipstream range. Now it could be all over for Corley. Big block by Leclaire. Johnson back to the outside. Side by side for second, going through turns 3 and 4, but the gap at the front is still holding strong. 6 tenths of a second for Corley, coming up on 2 to go. Down to 5. 5 tenths.
Lap 69 out to the outside goes Max Davies, trying 3 wide.
Yep, 3 wide for second, now for
right
third.
Behind Corley.
Forsyth in the fight as well. Coming up on the white flag, it is Corley in control. This is going to be down to the wire. They've caught Corley by over 2 tenths this lap, but is it going to be enough? Forsyth trying to make up as many spots as he can get. Corley in control, 2.5 tenths between them. White flag, 1 lap to go. Leclaire is gaining. He's going to have to make the move soon, otherwise Corley he's going to run away with it. Corley in control. Leclaire in second. Leclaire to the outside. Corley on the inside. Corley spins. Spinning down the back, up into traffic. They're scrambling behind. Johnson to second. Leclaire to the lead. Teed going for a move on the inside. Johnson staying in second. David Leclaire is going to bring the field off turn 4 into the line. David Leclaire wins the Auto Club 140. They're scrambling behind. Johnson finishes in second. Teed to third. Forsyth to fourth. And Max Davies rounds out your top 5. And Gary Corley. It is heartbreak for him. He lost it off turn 2. He is going to come home a mere 10th out of the 10 cars that finished. But David Leclaire, redemption. He spun himself earlier on in the race. He was able to fight his way back up through the front. He held strong, and David Leclaire has won the Auto Club 140 and the $40 that comes with it. Congratulations to him. What a race that was. So Leclaire...
And no shame there to the 7 of Gary Corley. That was pretty much impossible. Going to be impossible to hold him up on those old tires. And he almost did it. He was half a lap away from winning and pretty much doing the impossible. So, although he did wreck himself, a huge shout out to Corley, and there was no doubt he was giving it his all there.
Yeah, David Leclaire burning it down on that front straightaway. I gotta say, I think that even if Corley didn't wreck himself, I think Leclaire would have had it. What a finish that was. Incredible job by David Leclaire to be able to take away that victory. He parks it next to that Auto Club sticker. Man, what a race. We're going to go ahead and take another look at that last lap, specifically from Leclaire's perspective. He threw some pretty big blocks, I gotta be honest. Leclaire was driving very aggressively out there today. On board with David Leclaire. I believe this was the last lap, so we gotta go 1 lap before. This is coming to the white flag. On board with David Leclaire. Right here, he's gonna have the slipstream, but the thing is, he just has everyone swarming him behind. He got a little lucky here, but he was able to stay in that draft of Gary Corley. And you're gonna see, I think Corley was just pushing way too hard through 1 and 2. He just lost it on his own. Oh my goodness, that could have been really bad. You see Corley slid back up into traffic. That could have been disastrous for the field. Man, you gotta feel for Gary Corley, man. I mean, he did everything right. He pulled off a bold strategy. It was almost gonna work out for him, but unfortunately, he just overstepped the tires just a little bit. Oh my goodness. Can you imagine being Charles Teed in that? You just see Gary Corley rocketing back up the track and you almost slap him in the face. That could have been awful for Teed. Oh my goodness, that was close. Really quickly, before we get our post-race interviews underway, let's go on board with Charles Teed, because he missed that by about a fraction of an inch. Take a look at this. You know what? No, this is going to be a better angle. You see Corley spinning, and oh my god. Wow. Wow, that was dangerously close. And then you're going to see the run to the line. It was very, very close for second. Teed slid up the track a little bit. Davies had a run to the line. Teed held him off. Forsyth on Davies came home in fourth. And that right there are your finishers. But congratulations to David Leclaire on taking away the victory. We're going to cut away for just a moment, and we will be right back with your post-race interview, starting with your race winner, David Leclaire. So we're back live here on TMG with the driver of the number 50, David Leclaire. David, it was a very, very hard-fought battle there at the end. You were only just able to take away the win when Gary Corley went spinning down the back. Walk us through your perspective of that last lap.
Well, I seen I was catching up to him there pretty good. I was getting a good bit of draft, and I knew the guys behind me were trying to get my draft as well. So anyway, I just kind of on the last turn there, I kind of got a really good jump, and I went out to the outside. Thank goodness it didn't follow him through the turn, and he lost it there. It just started to be the point where the tires fell off.
So, David, earlier on in the race, you actually spun down to the infield grass. You got a cone picked up in your car, which was quite humorous, by the way. But what were you thinking at that moment, and how were you able to get all that track position back and fight for the win in the end?
Well, I was just like, damn, especially if the race went, completely green after that. I'm glad the yellow come out there, and I was able to gather myself and, the cone. I didn't know what I was going to do with that cone. I knew I had to get in, and I had a black flag, but they cleared it because it was kind of I shouldn't have really gotten it, so.
All right, David, well, huge congratulations on your win. Anyone else you want to thank before we let you go?
I'd like to thank Area 51 and Dark Horse Racing, man. These guys are putting on fantastic leagues, lots and lots of awesome competition, and it's a challenge every week, man. I'll tell you, it's a challenge. And I'm looking forward to my first season with Dark Horse. They're starting fairly soon, I guess Wednesday night. Thanks for the interview.
All right, well, once again, huge congratulations to you. We're going to go ahead and send you back, but thank you for joining us, and huge congratulations on your win.
Thanks.
I cut him off. So sometimes people wait a little bit to start saying the final thanks thing, and I don't realize that they're saying it, and I accidentally cut them off, and I feel really bad, but hey, it's okay. All right, next up, we're going to go ahead and bring up your second place finisher, Charles Johnson, because he almost had it there at the end. I think it really just came down to the slipstream. We're going to go ahead and bring him up into the booth now. Here we go. Charles, this is Jonathan up in the TMG broadcast booth. You got us?
I got you, buddy.
Well, in the end there, you almost had it. I think if you maybe had the slipstream fall a little bit of a different way, or maybe had Corley spin into Leclaire, you could have had a shot at the end there. Speaking of which, what do you think you could have done differently on that last lap to maybe fight for the win?
Yeah, I don't know about the last lap, but I kind of stayed behind David there and was trying to catch the leader. Had an opportunity to pass him a couple of times. Thinking back, I probably should have took that opportunity earlier and then caught the leader and seen what we could do there. But hey, David's a good IndyCar driver. Anytime I can finish second to him, I've done something.
Well, it was a very eventful race for you. Earlier on in the race, you self-spun down the banking, and you ended up crashing on the back straightaway. In the end, though, you were able to fight for the win on those last few laps. What do you think, what were you able to do that kind of kept you in the fight and brought you back through the field?
Yeah, I realized that pinning that car down after a few laps, it was snappy loose on corner exit. So I just started letting it drift up just about a half a lane, maybe a lane on corner exit. That got it where it wasn't that snappy loose would go away, and was able to stay full throttle most of the time. And then there at the end, it kind of started pushing on me. So I was a little surprised about that.
All right. Well, before we let you go, congratulations on your second place finish. Anyone else you'd like to thank for the result?
Yeah, I'd like to thank the guys who helped with the setups, and shout out to them for sure. I can't remember their name now. Charles Teague told me, but I forgot the names. But
I think it's Lionheart Racing. So we want to say thank you to them for getting the setups together, and they certainly played a big part in making this race exciting. But sorry, I'll let you continue.
Yeah, Lionheart done an awesome job on that, and all the guys who helped out with it as well. Really good setup tonight. I enjoyed it.
All right, well, huge congratulations on your second place finish. We're going to go ahead and send you back, and we hope to see you for Season 2.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking forward to it.
All right, well, thank you. That was Charles M. Johnson. Next up, Charles Teed had a relatively uneventful race, which is why we're actually going to go ahead and bring up Gary Corley if we can, because he was in contention for the win until the last lap, but I actually don't think we can bring up Gary Corley. Okay, I lied. We are going to bring Charles Teed up into the booth. 1 minute. Wait, no. Where's the move button? Hold up. I'm working on it. I don't think I can move him. Okay, I'm just gonna do it like this. Hey, Charles, this is Jonathan up in the TMG broadcast booth. You got us?
How you doing, Jonathan? Yes.
Well, we're doing very well. We just saw a very, very exciting race. Charles, you were able to come home in third. Walk us through your perspective on that last lap.
That was madness. Gary going out in the last lap, I think that didn't do me any favors. I want to see the replay because I had to get out of the throttle. He literally came right across my bow.
Oh, yeah.
But man, he had a heck of a run there to try and hold that off. We thought he was going to get us there by not coming in and taking tires, but that is the setup, the way that we set these up. And I want to give a thanks to Lionheart helping us out with our setups here this season. Lionheart IndyCar Series to help us to be able to have these setups, because that was an amazing setup. Allowed us to really race. But yeah, it was very dicey. You could tell there's 5 of us on top of each other. You could have thrown a blanket on top of us.
Yeah, that reminds me. When you were going down the back straightaway on that last lap, Gary Corley spun down to the apron. He came up in front of you. That was... how did that feel to have a car just slide right across your nose like that?
Yeah, it was not ideal, obviously, but I want to look at the replay to see how much I got out of the throttle. I know I lifted, but it was very little because I knew I had a run there on the bottom. I was trying to stay in there, and I didn't. There was people all over behind me, so it was. We had 5 cars, like I said, all over the top of each other, and if you ran the bottom, it would get really loose off exit, so you'd end up lifting. So it was either give in or give out, and it made for really fun racing. This was a great precursor toward our league season 2 kicking off on Wednesday here. We wanted to test these setups in race condition, and I think when we put 25 cars out here on Wednesday, it'd be a hell of a show.
Lastly, Charles, do you think you could have done anything differently there on that last lap to maybe try and fight for the lead?
Yeah, I was really at a disadvantage. I never got back up to the front after the one time I kind of washed up in front of AJ, and then Eric got into the back of me. I just was trying to race to get back in while saving tires. So no, I really didn't have anything. I think that was a fast group.
All right, well, thank you for joining us, Charles, and congratulations.
Thank you for the broadcast.
Oh, yeah, no, anytime. We had a really fun time doing it. You guys put on a really, really good show. We'll see you again on Wednesday for the first race of the season. I believe it's an Auto Club as well, right?
Yes, it is. This is a good practice run for the group, and we'll have a full field, and with you guys involved, and Butt Kicker now sponsoring, and having Lionheart help us with the setups. It's going to be a really, really fun season, so thank you.
I'm certainly looking forward to it, and I hope that everyone at home watching is as well. Charles, congratulations on your podium finish, and thank you for joining us. We're going to go ahead and send you back.
Thank you, buddy.
So that was Charles Teed, your third place finisher. He was able to round out the podium. A very, very good result for him. In total, your top three were David Leclaire taking away the win and Charles M. Johnson in second. Charles Teed rounded out the podium in third. That is actually going to do it from Auto Club. So thank you all for watching the Auto Club 140. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we did broadcasting it up in the booth. We are going to see you all Wednesday night for the first race of the Dark Horse Indy Series Season 2. More details on that coming later. Thank you all for joining us, but until next time, this is Jonathan Oates and Luke Breitschopf signing out. We'll see you all later.